Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Indian Council for Cultural Relations, I welcome you to the concluding session of the Knowledge India Visitors Program, a pioneering initiative aimed at fostering collaboration and knowledge exchange in 7 vital disciplines. We are honored to have in our midst Sri Dharmendra Pradhan, Honorable Minister for Education and Minister for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India. Dr. Vinay Sahasrabuddhe, President ICCR, and Shri Kumar Tuhin, Director General of ICCR. I request Dr. Vinay Sahasrabuddhe, President ICCR, to kindly extend a floral welcome to the Honorable Minister. I request Dr. Vinay Sahasrabuddhe to kindly make his welcome remarks.
Union Minister for Education, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, DG ICCR, Shri Kumar Tuhin ji, all the senior members of the academia, heads of departments from different universities who have come from all parts of the globe, representatives of Indian universities and institutions, ladies and gentlemen. It is really a matter of great satisfaction that since yesterday morning, we were able to deliberate upon various issues and in a way trying to rekindle a kind of enlightened interest for the pursuit of knowledge of Indic studies or India related subjects, and also for the pursuit of life. For the information of the Honorable Minister, if I may mention that we started yesterday, and at the inaugural session, our Minister for Ayush, Shri Sarbanand Sonowal ji, was here. Also, we had a brief session with Minister of State for Culture and External Affairs, Srimati Meenakshi Lekhi. Later on, we had a presentation from Shri Ganti Suryanarayan of the Indian Knowledge System related section in the Ministry of Education, followed by a very enlightening speech, a special session with our Minister for External Affairs, Shri S. Jaishankar ji, who spoke on the Bharat narrative. In the afternoon yesterday, we discussed in groups various problems, challenges that are faced by several departments. And challenges are many, including getting adequate number of students, getting good teachers, and more importantly, getting good career opportunities for the students who pass out of these departments. Later on, today in the morning when we met, we had 2 sessions. One was on the recent developments in the field of research in Ayurveda and Yoga, and senior academics from both the knowledge spheres were present over here. Later on, we had an enlightening session by Indologist Shri Michel Danino, who spoke about the challenges and opportunities in this particular arena. In the afternoon, we tried to have representatives of the CII, FICCI, the Publishers Association of India, Prasar Bharati, other institutions, including the regulatory authority in Ayurveda and Indic medicine, simply to discuss with all of you about the career opportunities that together perhaps we may strive for cultivating. And now is the concluding session, and rightly so, we have a person no less than the Education Minister of India, Dharmendra Pradhan ji, to guide us. The background of this particular gathering, the first of its kind, and wherein, again, a matter of satisfaction that 77 foreign delegates, 60 of them are heads of departments from 35 countries, from Brazil to Japan and Sweden to Sri Lanka, almost the entire global map we find represented over here. And earlier, when any one of us from the ICCR, either the DG or myself or anyone else, would visit countries where there are universities that teach subjects related to Indic knowledge. And there are 7 subjects which we shortlisted, starting from Hindi or Indian languages, Sanskrit, Indology, Buddhist studies, Yoga, Ayurveda, and Indian classical music and dance. So we used to meet all these heads of departments, try to get to know as to what they are doing. And the experience was very enlightening, but at the same time, it realized that, we realized that there are several challenges before all our friends who are, in a way, trying to unfurl the flag of studies pertaining to Indian culture on a foreign land. And we need to discuss, deliberate, try to give them a hearing and find out the solutions. But of course, the task is not so easy. And therefore, what we did was basically hearing them out, understanding issues, and making a resolve that together we will find some solutions. Because as it happens, the Indian or Indic knowledge systems like Veda are apaurushaya, and therefore there is no intellectual property right. And in that sense, it is a universal property. All of us are responsible for its cultivation, for its furtherance, and for ensuring that this particular stream of knowledge flourishes in the future as well. So, with that spirit, this particular conference, which is called as Knowledge India Visitors Program, Jnana Bharati, was organized, and I'm really happy that with the support and cooperation from all of you, I can say that it was fairly a success. Insofar as the agenda for the future is concerned, as I said, it is for all of us to further deliberate, crystallize, and then move forward. And Indian Council for Cultural Relations will always be a part of these efforts. As it happens, although our council is about cultural relations, but in India, knowledge is a part of our culture. And therefore, it was very logical that ICCR takes lead and organizes this kind of a conference. It is also important that we must work upon this because all these diverse cultures reflected in knowledge systems are important for the beauty of the universe. If we don't do that, then I am afraid, like what Thomas Friedman had said, that the world is flat in the economic sense of the term. If we don't ensure that these cultural diversities, as reflected in knowledge systems, continue to sustain, then I'm afraid we will be inviting the threat of a cultural and a knowledge flattening as well. If this is not to happen, all of us will have to join hands and work together. I understand that it is with this resolve that we will be departing from here. Before I conclude, let me once again express my deep sense of gratitude towards all of you who took out time, came over here, participated wholeheartedly. Also, I am thankful to all the other organizations who supported us, and it is really a matter of great pleasure to have the Education Minister, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan ji, amongst us. We are thankful to you and we welcome you wholeheartedly, Dharmendra ji. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And our request, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan, Honorable Minister for Education, Government of India, to kindly render the keynote address.
Good evening, friends. Sri Vinay Sahasrabuddhe ji, President ICCR, Sri Kumar Tuhinji, DG ICCR, esteemed scholars, friends from media, ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar. I'm happy to be here at the concluding session of the Knowledge India Visitors Program. On behalf of my country, on behalf of Education Department of Government of India, I welcome the global academia in this two-day conference. I understand that the two-day program with brainstorming session with experts on diverse subjects have been of much help to showcase India's leadership role at the helm of the knowledge civilization. I stand before you today not just as the country's education minister, but as a proud inheritor of a rich and ancient legacy, a legacy that has shaped not just our nation, but the very course of human civilization. India's ancient knowledge is a vast and diverse treasury trove spanning fields as diverse as philosophy, mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and literature. The knowledge preserved and transmitted through generations has had a profound impact on the world, shaping civilizations and influencing the course of human history. Ancient India stands as a rich tapestry of culture, tradition, and values deeply intertwined with remarkable achievements in science, mathematics, astronomy, architecture, and many more. Let me mention about a few. Friends, in 1884, Greenwich became universally accepted as a prime meridian from where all world time is calculated. Way before that, Dongla, the village near Ujjain in the central part of India, was considered the central Mediterranean meridian of the time in the India. As per the Surya Siddhanta, a 4th century astronomical discourse, Dongla in Ujjain is geographically situated at the precise spot where the zero meridian of longitude and the Tropic of the Cancer intersect. This is why it was considered the navel of the earth, and this observation was made at a Vedasala observatory which was built between 1725 and 30 by Maharaja Sawai Jai Singh II of Jaipur. Even today, where you may be born, when a Panchanga or a horoscope as per the Hindu almanac is drawn up, it is always based on the Ujjain time, roughly 20 minutes behind Indian Standard Time. An ancient Indian physician and surgeon, regarded as one of the first surgeons in the world, pioneered advancement in the surgery over 2600 years ago. Additionally, India's mathematical legacy is exemplified by the concept of zero and the decimal system, pivotal to the modern mathematics. Architecturally, the intersect carving of Khajuraho temples and the structural marvel of the ancient Ellora caves illuminate India's mastery in the craftsmanship and engineering. The Konark Sun Temple in my home state of Odisha is a marvel of ancient architecture built in the 13th century. It's designed as a colossal chariot with intricately carved wheels and horses. The temple is positioned in a way that the fast rays of the sun are down aligning with the entrance, creating a spectacular play of light and shadows. The architectural wonder not only serves as a tribute to the sun god, but also showcases the advanced astronomical and mathematical knowledge of its builder, reflecting the deep connection between art, science, architecture, and spiritual in ancient India. As we deep dive into the archaeological wonders of Rakhigarh in Haryana and Sanauli in UP, or the architectural splendor of places like Tanjavur, we honor the profound roots of India, that is Bharat, as a cradle of the oldest civilization. Beyond the grandness of these ancient sites lies a testament of India's rich heritage, not merely in the terms of architectural marvels, but as the harbinger of the democratic ideals. Centuries ago, India embraced a sophisticated panchayat system showcasing a decentralized governance model and early forms of the elections. This historically gems reference India's status as the oldest civilization and the nurturing mother of democracy, where seeds of inclusive governance were sown ages before the modern era. The holistic amalgamation of the cultural depth and the intellectual prose defines ancient India's enduring legacy, that Indian knowledge system. At the heart of India's ancient knowledge lies a deep respect for the interconnectedness of all things. This holistic worldview, rooted in the concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world as one family, emphasizes the harmony between humanity and nature, and importance of living in balance with the universe. For us, this is not merely a worldview, it is much more than that. It is an actionable agenda to voice the concern of the globe, in the particular, the global south, in achieving shared aspiration to secure shared prosperity. The Vedas and Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita are among the most revered texts in India's ancient knowledge and wisdom. These profound scriptures offer guidance, and when followed in the letter and spirit, lead us unto the path of enlightenment. Under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister, we are implementing the visionary national education policy. It recognizes the immense value of India's ancient knowledge and traditions. National education policy emphasizes the importance of integrating Indian knowledge system into the education system, recognizing its potential to address contemporary challenges and shape a more sustainable and equitable world. Under national education policy, several initiatives are being undertaken to promote and revitalize India's ancient knowledge under the newly created ICCR division in the Ministry of Education. This includes establishment of ICCR centers in universities and institutions across India, promotion of ICCR-based research and innovation, integration of ICCR into school curriculum, development of teaching and learning resource for ICCR. National education policy also emphasizes the importance of rootedness and local language in education. We believe that a strong rootedness and a sense of national identity is a foundation of a global citizenship. These initiatives are not just about preserving our heritage, they are about empowering our youth to become global citizens who are deeply rooted in their own culture and traditions. Through initiatives like Knowledge India Visions program, we are forging stronger connections with the international academia community and promoting cross-cultural dialogues. The renewed interest of foreign universities in ICCR will lend in the much-needed boost. The usefulness of yoga and Ayurveda and their growing popularity across the world, more so during the COVID pandemic, is all known to us. In fact, it has come handy as we move ahead in harnessing its innate potential to build a credible interface between the ancient knowledge and their modern day utilities. India's ancient knowledge is not just a relic of the past, it is a living tradition with the power to shape brighter future for our nation and the world. Let us continue to cherish our heritage, learn from our ancient wisdom, and apply it to the challenge of the present. Friends, before I conclude, I suggest one topic in front of this August gathering. India doesn't mean culture, heritage, and about past. Today, India's economic strength is not only contributing its own citizens, it is the driving point, it is the engine of global economic growth. Today, India is the number 5th largest economy in the world. India is the number 3 energy consumer of the world. By next 5 years, India will move to the number 3 economy of the world. With this scenario, with this situation, university like yours must understand India's emerging aspiration, India's market, India's behavior of modern market. This should be one of the study area in foreign university for foreign students to know the India. I hope together we can build a world by understanding the global civilization, particularly India, which will create a harmonious and sustainable and just world for all of us. Thank you, friends.
Thank you very much, sir. We will now have a short interactive session. So in case you want to ask any questions, you're most welcome to do so. You can offer your suggestions as well.
Professor there. He is coming. Please introduce yourself and this.
Good afternoon. My name is Jacob de Rover. I'm from Ghent University, Belgium. Now, I have a concern that's been bothering me today. See, there's two, not just messages, two ideas that seem to be mixed here. On the one hand, there's a focus on knowledge and, okay, Indian contributions to knowledge. So Knowledge India refers to that. On the other hand, there's a focus on constructing a grand narrative or a Bharat narrative. Now, one of the things that history has taught us is that all grand narratives are antithetical to knowledge. What they have done, whether it's Europe's story about being the greatest civilization on earth on a civilizing mission, it prevents the emergence of knowledge. And you see that throughout history, America thinks it brings democracy and freedom, does anything but that. So my question is, what's the aim here? Is the aim to create a kind of ideologues who have to spread a grand narrative? Or is the aim to create researchers, intellectuals who produce knowledge and share it?
Thank you for a very fundamental question. But for me, as a student of social science, I don't see any contradiction between both the things. Creating a narrative, creating a brand in the modern management terminology, and getting into the fundamentals of a society, which you narrated in a very specific manner, knowledge versus branding, knowledge versus narrative. Personally, I don't see any contradictions in that. Knowledge is truth. Knowledge is grounded. Knowledge is which is black and white. That is the real narrative. And I am proud when I am talking about India is the mother of democracy. In the 4th century, this is not folklore. In the southern part of country, in a stone, there are certain literature written. If you research what are the literature written, there's an explanation of a local self-government. How collectively people decide about the local government system. That is the primary seeds of democracy. This is the finding of a research. And this is the story of 4th century BC, AD, 4th century AD. This is the reality. This is the finding of a research. And this is the narrative. I can cite, as I said, I cite Konark Temple. I represent the eastern part of my country. There is state Odisha, where one sun temple has been built thousands years ago. Just imagine, more than 300 meters height temple has been built. There must be involvement of physics. There must be involvement of structural engineering. There must be involvement of civil engineering. There must be in the seesaw. There must be involvement of chemical engineering. This is the finding of today's research. This is the narrative of India. So in India, I can cite you thousands of examples. We invented zero. We contributed in a global numerology, the global mathematics, there's some zero. This is Indian finding. This is the finding of a research. And this is black and white. This is Brand Bharat. So for me, this is not contradiction. There is no contradiction between knowledge, pursuing knowledge, doing deep research, and creating a narrative. And that rightly, when the human civilizations move ahead, every human being with their own imagination, they have created their own history, looking into their vicinity, their locality. In a free society, in a democratic society, in a human society, they are free to do that. But that doesn't mean in other part of world has no such background. That for in Indian civilization, we envision a concept, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We thought about sustainability, we thought about a global family, we thought about a global citizenship centuries ago. Not cost of anybody. Harmonizing is our philosophy. So I don't see any contradiction.
Any other question? The gentleman on the right, please.
Namaskar. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Namo Buddhaya. Salam. My name Ketut Donder. Come from State Hindu Dharma University, Bali, Indonesia. The first of all, I'm sorry for all. Maybe my mind wrong. Today, in Hindu perspective, we call is the age of Kali Yuga. Then day by day, I think that the world become chaos. That when I observe that this is the problem defend with the education. I read one article that a good people, a good child come from home, go to the university. The first student will get the certificate BA. But when we edit degree by D, so BA plus D become bad. So people go to the campus, the first degree is bad. Then continue the MA plus D med. So more people go to the campus, the first bad and med. I read this paper like this. Why the Hindu can solve this chaos? Because we find in Mundaka Upanishad, Dwe Vidya Vidyate Para Afarascha.
Sir, please come to the question.
Yeah.
We have a shortage of time.
So, can we solve the world that now we are studying, we are education based on positivism paradigm? Why not use the para vidya paradigm? I know that in education we only transfer knowledge, then not transfer value. Vivekananda say that education without character is not education at all. So maybe wrong my mind. I need you give clarification. Thank you.
No professor needs clarification. Professors are here to teach, and you taught us very nicely. Thank you.
Gentlemen, we request you to keep your questions short, please. Any other question?
Namaste. A request actually, whether this Knowledge India that has academicians at this. Namaste, my name is Sunil Sunkara. I am representing the Sangeet Natak Academy. But in my childhood, I was a Balashri awardee in the field of innovative science. And so my request is in relation to children from other countries. If we could have a Knowledge India similarly for them, where they come learn the Indian knowledge systems, and that could be something in connection with the Bal Bhavans, because right now, I don't think any of the Bal Bhavans are doing anything like that. But that could be a great way that summer camps, I had gone and studied in summer camps in UK and US as a child and as a young student. So if they could come here and the last 2 days, number of educators shared about the next generation. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a good suggestion. And some of our institutions are also doing exactly what you have suggested. Recently, this year in summer, I had been to IIT Delhi. A group of students from Abu Dhabi came to IIT Delhi to attend a summer camp. They want to know about the latest technology. They want to see the intangible heritage of Indian culture. So in India is not merely an attraction of cultural tourism only. Now India has a potential to guide the entire youngsters of the globe. They are the emerging technologies, new technologies. So it's a good idea. And through that only, the idea of global harmony, the idea of global citizenship will spread, and Government of India is doing a lot of things in that direction.
Any other question or suggestion? Gentleman there.
Heinz-Werner Wessler from Uppsala in Sweden. You mentioned sustainability as one of the central features of Gyan Bharati. And I'm just wondering, we are in Delhi with this high air pollution and all the problems, the ecological problems that we are, of course, facing all over the world. And we are all fighting to find solutions for this. What would be the Indian contribution, since you're educational minister, particularly relating to education, on these imminent questions? What would be Gyan Bharati message to the world on the question of sustainability?
Thank you. Prime Minister Modi just coming out of Dubai COP28 meeting. Let me give you a bare fact. India is not the one of the pollutant country. We are one of the least pollutant country to the global sustainability challenges. With that reality, we took responsibility to contribute for the sustainability of the entire civilization. And being education minister, now we're implementing, we're writing new textbooks from early childhood education, from age 3 to standard 12. 15 years of school education will be there with us. And sustainability is a priority area to teach and to experience among the youngsters of our country. Prime Minister Modi has envisioned a mission life. This is a social campaigning to create awareness among the school students, college-going students about their responsibility. Prime Minister Modi has envisioned, given a clarion call, if we take responsibility, let us work for taking responsibility. This civilization, this country has enough by asserting its right. Everybody is talking about their rights. Now let us take responsibility. If someone will take responsibility, 10 people right will be preserved. Sustainability is the primary protection will be there. Through our education system, through our textbooks, through our syllabus, we are giving utmost priority to sustainability. We're confident through a new pedagogy, through the new textbooks, the future generation will be more responsible, more concerned about the global climate concerns.
Any other question? Yes, right at the back.
I'm here to take responsibility on behalf of the delegates. Some have asked me to, before you leave, thank you very much for arranging this gathering and giving us the opportunity to have a dialogue with the ICCR and with the Ministry on this issue of Knowledge India. So thank you all very much indeed.
Okay, thank you very much. We will now have, I request the Director General of ICCR, Shri Kumar Tuhin, to kindly propose the vote of thanks.
Honorable Minister of Education, Shri Dharmendra Pradhan Ji, President of ICCR, Shri Vinay Sahasrabuddhe Ji, other distinguished academics, officials present today, a very good evening. As we come to the end of our 2-day Knowledge India Gyan Bharati meeting here, I have this pleasant duty to convey a vote of thanks. And I will like to begin with Honorable Minister of Education for delivering his keynote address during the valedictory session today. We know that even during normal days, there is heavy demand on the schedule of Honorable Minister. But at the moment, Parliament session is also going on. And therefore, we are truly grateful to you, sir, for taking time out from your hectic schedule, for coming today, gracing our function, and for your address, in which you not only gave to us the history of traditional Indian knowledge system, but also enlightened us on the policy perspective views of Government of India on this important topic, including on the new education policy, including on the setting up of IKSS. We are very, very grateful to you, sir. Looking back at the 2-day conference, I personally have a deep sense of satisfaction. And during the tea break, which just happened before this session, I had the opportunity to speak to a few delegates. And I think I would also be sharing their own sentiments that the Knowledge India, the Gyan Bharati meeting has gone down very satisfactorily. This is again due to many, many reasons. I will just mention a few. This is the first time that ICCR undertook an initiative of this type, of this magnitude, and of this nature, where we invited scholars and academics working all across the world on various topics, but linked to India studies. And as it was mentioned earlier, that we are privileged that we have today among us 77 scholars from foreign countries, from as many as 35 countries. And 2 days, we have had wonderful discussion. For an event which was held the first time, we couldn't have asked for a better start, because we were also privileged that we had the presence of as many as 4 ministers from the Government of India. As President ICCR mentioned in his initial remarks, during the inaugural session, we had Honorable Minister of Ayush, Sonowal, and he gave to us again the perspective from ministry about the important work that is being done in the area of promoting yoga, promoting Ayush, and also the outlook that our government has towards undertaking these activities and related activities in the next few years. Subsequently, we also had the presence of Honorable Minister of External Affairs and Culture, Meenakshi Lekhi ji, who spoke to us from two perspectives, including from Foreign Ministry and also from Ministry of Culture, and told us as to the important events and activities that we should be focusing on during the next few years and in the short term and the medium term. During the special session, where our Honorable Minister of External Affairs, Dr. S. Jaishankar, he spoke to us on building of Bharat narrative. And of course, this was a very, very important session during which he spoke about many issues, but he also told all of us that as the profile of India continues to rise, similarly also the work that is being undertaken by all the scholars, all of you, that will also continue to rise. He also spoke to us and told us about the thing of cultural rebalancing that is taking place, because there is a political rebalancing, there is economic rebalancing, but there is also a cultural rebalancing. And in that rebalancing, there is an important place for India. And in that place, there is again a very important role that we can all play. Then I would like to convey my very sincere thanks to our President of ICCR, Shri Vinay Sahasrabuddhe ji. I recall it was many, many months ago, I think probably end of, in second half of last year, when he told us about his idea of getting this Knowledge India Gyan Bharati, where we could bring together all the experts and scholars on one platform. And it is not that this is happening for the first time, but earlier, whatever happened, it was probably a country-focused or only probably a stream-focused. When we started the first Indology Award, at that time also we had invited the scholars, but that was restricted only to Indology. This time it has been much, much broader, and therefore we can also take a very comprehensive look. So during this entire process, President ICCR continued to guide us at all levels, including speaking to dignitaries, guiding us with the preparation of program, and also going into details to make sure that everything goes according to the clockwork. During 2 days, we have, of course, had to collaborate and partner with a number of institutions, number of scholars. And in the program, you already know about this, but I will just mention them with my very sincere appreciation and thanks. And we had IGNCA, we had, of course, Professor Ganti Murthy ji from IKS, we had Tanuja Nesri ji from All India Institute of Ayurveda, Professor B.R. Ramakrishna ji from SVSI University, Mr. Michael Danino, and Ms. Pankaj Mittal from AIU. During the organization of this conference, we also benefited from the partnership and collaboration with Dev Sanskrit Vishwavidyalaya, who were our academic partner. So not only they gave us support in conceiving the program, but also gave us useful support in terms of organizing different breakout sessions, and they will also be helping us with the reports for the meeting. So again, once again, very, very sincere thanks from ICCR to the university. As was mentioned that, of course, while we discussed the overall broad topics of in these 6-7 verticals, but one thought which was there throughout, and which again President ICCR has mentioned, was that while we want students to, of course, enjoy the beauty of Sanskrit and Hindi, and of course, these beautiful, I think, works, while they can enjoy one of the best, let's say, shlokas of Abhigyan Shakuntalam, when you say that Yasattad Shakuntaleti Hirdam Sanskritmat Kantha, etc., and so on. But we also want them to be looking at some opportunity to get jobs and to be able to find livelihood. And therefore, the session that we had today, which was attended by our Apex Chambers of Commerce, CII, FICCI, as well as some important associations, some important institutions, that was very important. Now we realize that it is not possible perhaps to come at a solution very quickly in one meeting itself. And also that, as I was saying in that meeting, that this perhaps is not only limited to India and India studies, but it may also be a bigger and broader issue. But still, this was a very, very good meeting. And I would again like to convey my very sincere thanks to all the participants for bringing forth their views, for exploring the contours of the issues involved, and also giving us a perspective and look into how we can begin to address the issue. Now I come to the conference section in ICCR, and our DDG, Conference and Special Projects, he led the team, and not only that section, but also many other sections and divisions of ICCR were involved in putting the event together and pulling this event to the stage. And I would like to again convey a very sincere appreciation to all of them. Together with them, there were many other countless people involved. I will not be able to take their names in the interest of time, but on behalf of myself, on behalf of ICCR and everyone here, once again, very, very sincere thanks to all of them for this event. And in the end, most important is you all, delegates who have come, who have spared your time, not only to very important days sitting here and discussing and deliberating on this important issue, but also realize that when you go back taking the message from here, taking the sentiment that we have, sentiment of exchange of our ideas, exchange of sentiments, and also proposal for collaboration with you, because this is actually fundamental to the mandate of ICCR, that we want cultural exchanges with other countries. We want to increase mutual understanding with other countries. And in this task, you all are playing a very, very important and very, very critical role. And therefore, from my bottom of my heart, I would like to convey very sincere thanks to all the delegates from all over the world, and also to all the delegates who have come here from different universities and institutions in India. So with these words, let me convey once again my sincere appreciation and thanks. I know tomorrow you have some sightseeing planned in Delhi. So please also soak in the sounds and the fragrance and the sights of this beautiful country that we have here, and wish you a very, very safe and pleasant travel back home, and also wish you a very, very good evening. Once again, thank you very much.
Thank you, and we now conclude this session. We'd like to thank the Honorable Minister. We'd like to thank the President ICCR and the DG ICCR for being with us. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly remain seated for just 2 minutes. There are some announcements for you. Okay, there are just 2 important announcements. ICCR, as you know, has organized a sightseeing tour for you tomorrow to Akshardham and Delhi Hat. So you're all requested to assemble in the hotel lounge latest by 10 a.m. You can accordingly have your breakfast. And meanwhile, for this evening, your dinner is ready outside. So have a good meal and have a wonderful day. Thank you.